Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that.
Good morning everyone and welcome back to another what I eat in a day calorie counting video. Today is also my weigh-in update, so I'm going to bash on with that right now. It has been quite a busy morning this morning. Evie has her appointment at the vet today to get spayed or neutered, and we had to take her up there for 8:45, so by the time I got Ali up and he was organised for school and all that, and I had to edit my video for today and everything, and then we took her up, and then I had to run some other errands like going into the bank and the post office and all that. So by the time I got back I was absolutely starving and I had something to eat, which was my first mistake of the day because I never usually eat before I weigh in. I usually get up and I have a coffee and then I'll weigh in about an hour after I get up or something, usually just before I go to work, which is about 7:30ish, depending. It can be earlier, it can be later, but usually it's around about 7:30 I weigh in and all that. But by the time I got to weigh in today, it was like the back of 11 and I'd had something to eat. That was a mistake. I need to remember in future that not to have something to eat before I weigh in, because when I stepped on the scales this morning I was still the same weight as I was last week, which was 10 stone 11 pound. So I had a maintain this week. I put it down to the fact that I had something to eat beforehand. It may well be just a maintain this week, you never know, but I won't find out until next week. I mean, I was under calories for the whole week. I was under calories by 568 calories for the week, and that was because I had changed it last week. I'd set an easier day for Saturday, and then I actually never ended up using most of the calories. I think I was left with like 360 something, but I'm glad I still had them just in case we were having picky foods and all that. Obviously our plans changed a little bit on Saturday anyway, because we ended up not watching all the old Royal Rumbles. Ali'd actually done that himself during the week when I'd been at work and all that, and he was waiting for me to get home for dinner and everything. That's what he'd been doing. So we ended up not doing that on Saturday. We ended up just watching the Royal Rumble, which was on from 1 o'clock on, well, I say Saturday, it was Sunday morning, 1 o'clock till 5 o'clock. Yeah, and I didn't use the extra calories, well, most of the extra calories that I'd set myself for the week. Yeah, so I was quite surprised that I was a maintain this week, considering I was under by so many calories, but at least it wasn't a gain. That little breakfast that I had before I stepped on the scales didn't give me a gain or anything, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully it'll reflect better on the scales next week. You never know, it could just be a maintain, which is fine, but I would be very shocked if it was. So for the whole of January, my total loss is now £6, which I am more than happy with. That's almost almost a stone I was going to say. The weight is coming off and going in the right direction, and I hope to continue that into February as well. At the start of January, I set myself a few targets, one of which was to upload a what I eat in a day video every day in January, which I did. I managed to get that done from the 1st till the 31st, and if I uploaded a shopping haul or anything like that, I did put like 2 days together in that. So I'm happy that I managed to achieve that target. I also completed the NutriCheck challenge, which was to have a complete food diary for 4 weeks from, I think it was like the first Monday in January up until the 31st, which I've also done. Not that I feel that that helped me in any way, but I've done it. I also gave myself a takeaway ban. I don't know if I spoke about this. I think I did speak about it in one video. I gave myself a ban on takeaways, and that wasn't just to help my weight loss, because it would obviously help weight loss in that, although you could have takeaways within your calories, but it was more about stop spending money so ridiculously like on takeaways. And I've not had a single takeaway this month, so I'm dead chuffed with that. Ali hasn't been able to convince me to get him a takeaway. And the other thing, which along the similar lines to stop spending money so stupidly, was on coffees as well, takeaway coffees, because I work 5 days a week and I was buying a coffee at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, 5 days a week before Christmas. So I've managed to curb that as well. I have set myself an allowance of 1 coffee a week, and I haven't really stuck to that very much, although This past week I did have 2 coffees because we had a staff meeting and the boss bought us one. So that ended up with me having 2 coffees this past week. But then there was 2 weeks where I didn't have any takeaway coffee at all. And also I've not paid for a single one of the coffees that I did have. The Costa ones that I've got, I've used my gift card that Mark got me for Christmas. And I still have plenty of money left on that. So hopefully I can keep that. I mean, if I'm restricting myself to only one a week, that will last right up until the end of February, probably further than that. And then the one at the staff meeting, the boss bought as well. So I've not spent any money stupidly on takeaways and coffee. I'm dead chuffed with myself. Going into February, because I do feel like I'm back into the swingy things and all that now, having had the whole month of January. I'm not going to be uploading every day. I will still record my meals and all that, but they will be put together in like 2 or 3 days or 3 or 4 days, maybe even longer, depending when I get a day off work and all that and I can edit the videos. But I did explain that already in my last video. I also hope to stay away for the takeaways and all that. We do have a couple of things happening this month. Ali got me tickets to go and see Bat Out of Hell, which is up at the Edinburgh Playhouse. So we may go out for something to eat. I can't even remember what time it's on it, but if we have time after he gets home from school, we can maybe have something to eat before we go. But if not, we'll go out for something to eat. But then that's technically not a takeaway. It is like a treat night because we're going to see Bat Out of Hell. And then the other thing is the Monday after that, we're taking Ali down to Newcastle to his KSI concert. Fingers crossed it still happens and doesn't get cancelled or anything like that. So we will be down in Newcastle for like dinner time. I was originally going to take him overnight and everything like that, but Mark's got the time off work to drive us down and he'll just drive us back that evening as well after their concert. Well, it'll be probably early hours of the morning we get back. So we will end up eating out then. There's no way I can get around that, but apart from the 2 occasions, there's no other plans this month, and I will adjust my calories accordingly. I will still be weighing in weekly in February, so you will still get my weighing update weekly as well. I just don't have a specific date for when it's going to go up. It'll, like I said, it all just depends on my days off and how energetic I'm feeling on the days that I'm working and all that. But I will do my best to get it up for about a Tuesday or a Wednesday every week. Last week I set myself the mini target of making sure I have at least 5 breakfasts, 5 out of 7 days breakfast every morning, and I have done that up until the weekend where I was allowing myself a little lie-in on Saturday, and then on Sunday we didn't get up till lunchtime anyway. So I did manage that Monday to Friday on the days that I was working last week to have a breakfast. This week I was actually planning on making sure my protein was at the right levels and all that, because I do worry because I'm vegetarian now, I'm not getting enough protein. But when I actually went to check it, it was absolutely fine. It was actually above, no, it was in the green basically, whether that's above or below, I don't know, but it was in the green. Like, I'll put a screenshot up. For the week it was in the green, and that's fine. When I set the target a couple of weeks ago for the 5 a day and making sure my fat intake was like within range and all that, I was worrying too much that it was within range for the day, but I've just decided to make sure that for the week that I'm in the green for all of them, my protein, my fat and my 5 a day, make sure I'm in the green for all of them rather than just doing it daily, because some days you're not going to have enough fruit and veg and other days you're going to have so much more. The same with fat and all that. Like on Saturday I had like quite a high fatty day because I had like nachos and I had cheese and guacamole and all the stuff that goes on top of it. But then yesterday I didn't have a lot of fat. Even though I had a pie for my dinner, I didn't have a lot of fat for the whole of the day. So it kind of balances out for the week. So I'm just going to make sure for the week that I'm in the green for my fat, my protein and my 5 a day every single week. Yeah, so my protein's fine. Well, it was for the last week, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm not going to set myself a proper target this week because it is going to be a busy week at work, and the same for the next couple of weeks actually. So for each week in the month of February, I just want to make sure that I'm sticking to all the little targets that I set myself in January, which was sticking to Canderel Sugarly. That's easy because I do that every day anyway. Making sure my protein, fat and 5 a day targets are all in the green for the week anyway, and then staying off the Lucozade. Now last week I did have a little, it wasn't even a slip up. Ali bought me a can because he thought I'd like a can and it was cheap, so he got me a can yet, but I'm not buying it myself or anything. And what was it? Oh yeah, my breakfast. Make sure I'm having at least 5 out of 7 days breakfasts and that. So I'm just going to carry all them into February and make sure that I'm consistent with them each week and keeping up with them. And yeah, and I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about this week. Another big ramble, I'm sure you'll be thinking. Please let me know how you guys are all doing in the comments below. I love hearing how everybody's doing. And now let's go and see what I've had to eat today. This morning for breakfast, I've got one slice of toast for 98 calories. I've also got some of this guacamole left over from our dinner on Saturday night and it needs used up. So I'm using it like a smashed avocado today. So I've got 40 grams of that, which is 53 calories. And on top of that, I've got a fried egg for 66 calories. Don't judge my egg. I hate runny yolk, so I always burst the yolk. So breakfast this morning is a total of 217 calories. For lunch today, I've got one of the Amy's Kitchen gluten-free Mexican burritos with cheddar rice and beans. And this is 256 calories. I hope it tastes better than it looks because honestly I think the wrap looks like raw dough, although it is gluten free, so I guess that accounts for it. And with that I'm having 150 grams of honeydew melon for 44 calories. So lunch today is 300 calories in total. Look who's back for the vet and a wee bit spaced out. She's a wee bit dozy. She's on meth. I gave her methadone. How crazy is that? Mark was with me, and when the vet nurse said that she'd had methadone, Mark's like, "What? Are we going to pick up her prescription for the street corner?" Oh, look at her little soul. My little honey. My little poorly soul. Oh, a wee shame. She does have a collar that I've got to put on, but she's just so out yet at the minute. I didn't want to put that on her yet, and she hasn't been at her wound. Her wound is actually on the side. You can see it there. Sorry if that grosses you out. I should put a trigger warning up. Look how thick her hair is, by the way. Can you see how thick her hair is? So thick. What was I going to say? Yeah, I don't want to put her collar on her just at the minute. I'm going to let her have something to eat and maybe come out of her little I can't even that face. Come out of her wee space trance. I've just got her in my room because she has to stay away from the other animals for 7 days at the least. Oh! At the minimum 7 days, so I'll have to keep her away. I've got her litter tray over there. That's just the crate because she didn't want to come out of the crate at first. I just left it down there until she wanted to. And then she hid under the bed for about an hour. And then she, oh, there she goes. I've just been killing myself laughing at her just in a wee space translate. With big eyes, the big black eyes, the black hair eyes, sorry, are just so huge. I think she's went back under the bed. Yeah, I've got to keep her separate from the other animals for at least 7 days. And Holly is dying to come in and see her because Holly was crying when she couldn't find her earlier on and she was at the vet. Holly was crying and looking for her. Not that they get on particularly well. It's just she obviously missed her. And Holly's not handling it very well. Evie's handling it fine just now, being separated from her and Nala, but that's because she's completely spaced out on the meth. I can't believe they give cats meth. I can't believe it. Yeah, so she's going to be stuck in here with me for the next 7 days. I hope she does use her litter tray. Also, she is moving fine as you just saw, so she should be able to use it fine. It's just, don't cat pee in my bedroom. Just got new carpet and new bed and everything in the past year, so yeah. Is that Evie? Is that Evie? A little ooga chaka dance. Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga. Oh, you silly kiddo. Oh, who's that? Who can you see? On the drug, she's totally thinking, whoa, there's two of me. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. She's still going. You're so funny. You're so funny. Oh. For dinner tonight, I'm having macaroni cheese. Now, I usually do make this from scratch, but I'm trying something new tonight to keep better track of my calories, because when I make it from scratch, I don't weigh anything. I eyeball all my ingredients as I add them, and it probably comes to about 1 billion calories. So I'm trying something new tonight. So I've got 240 grams of macaroni pasta, which is 338 calories. I've also got 150 ml of the Asda cheese sauce mix, which is 146 calories made up. I've got 7 cherry tomatoes chopped up throughout my pasta, which is 21 calories. And I've topped it with 30 grams of cheddar cheese for 125 calories. So dinner tonight is a total of 630 calories. Ali's having the same. His is still in the oven. I've just left it in there to keep warm because he's out with his friends like a typical teenager. For dinner tonight, I'm having a packet of the Jacobs mini cheddar crunchlets. These are 77 calories a packet. I'm also having a satsuma for 21 calories. And I thought I'd let you guys know that my little macaroni cheese experiment with the Asda cheese sauce mix was actually pretty good. It wasn't my homemade macaroni that I absolutely love. I don't want to toot my own trumpet, but I do make a banging macaroni cheese. But it was passable. It was perfectly nice, and Ali also enjoyed it. So I definitely will be using that again in the future when I have a notion for macaroni cheese. Instead of blowing all my calories on my homemade one, I'll save my homemade one for, high days and holidays. You'll have to excuse the sight of me because I've not long woken up. I have had a night of it with this little one down beside me, Evie. She woke me up about four times last night, maybe 5. No, I think it was 4 times last night, meowing and everything. I put the collar on her last night and she just found it really difficult to move herself about. She just reversed herself around the whole room and all that for ages and ages. She couldn't get into her cat litter box. She kept getting the collar stuck. So every time that happened, she'd meow, meow, meow. And I'd have to get up, lift the collar up so she could step into the cat litter tray. Or if she wanted up, she wasn't able to get up because every time she tried to jump up on the bed, she would hit herself in the face with the collar would hit the bed and she'd ricochet off the bed. I shouldn't laugh because she is in a lot of pain in that. Well, she shouldn't be in pain. She's still got meth in her system. And I've gave her painkillers this morning as well, as instructed by the vet. But, oh my God, you can look at me all you want like that with that little face. You've gave me a nightie. It's like having a newborn baby. It is. And the worst thing is, I'm going to have to go through all this again with Holly, and Holly is even more dramatic than Evie, so I hate to see what she's going to be like when it's her turn. Anyway, what I've came on here to tell you is I had a little oopsie throughout the night when this little one woke me up. I think it was the second or the third time. It was about 3 in the morning. She woke me up and I couldn't get back to sleep straight away, and my stomach was growling at me. It was wanting fed. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to have some toast. But there was no bread left in the house. I think Ali must have had the last couple of slices for his supper. So what I had was 5 of the corn creamy korma bites, and they're 55 calories each. I also had 3 Baby Bell Lights, the last 3 that my son left me. I bought them for me and he's ate most of them. So The Baby Bell Lights are 41 calories each. The Korma Bites are 55 calories each. I think I said that already. So yesterday my total calories was 1,724. I actually didn't know if I should calculate that as yesterday's or today's, but I've put it on yesterday's so I can draw a line under it and just continue with the week. What I've done for the rest of the week is, I actually never mentioned this in the weigh-in when I done my weigh-in yesterday, but I'm going to my dad's house on Saturday for dinner. So I don't know, I can't count calories in that at my dad's. So what I'm going to do is leave 1,000 calories for dinner at my dad's, and then the rest of the day just use whatever it is I have left. So I've set that as an easy day. So my calories on Saturday will be 1,820. So the 820 I'll use for like breakfast and lunch, and then I'll leave myself 1,000 calories for whatever my stepmom makes, because I can't weigh and measure it. I can't count the calories for it. Sorry, my arm's getting thingy. But what I've also done now, because I had that little whoopsie during the night, is I've set yesterday as an easy day as well. So that's also going to be 1,800 calories, which means for the rest of the week, my calories for every day is going to be 1,232, which wouldn't have happened if somebody hadn't woke. She's away back to sleep now. She's not even bothered. So she's nice and comfortable. That's where she was meant to lie, but she wanted to lie right beside me, didn't you, little miss? You wanted to spoon with mummy? You did. Oh. How can I be mad at that little face? Look at her. Yeah, so 1,820 calories for yesterday and Saturday, and 1,232 for the rest of the week, which I know I'm probably going to struggle a little bit with. I'm going to try and plan my meals out for the week and all that, so I'm not getting caught off guard or whatever. And I need to go to the shops and maybe get more fruit, because I've not got a lot of fruit left, and fruit I do find is a nice, easy, light breakfast, low calorie breakfast as well. And actually, most mornings all I want is something really light, because I am not a breakfast person, but I'm trying to force myself to be a bit of a better breakfast person at the minute. Yeah, so I'm going to have to sit and do some planning. I kind of know what all my meals are for the week, but I might have to change things about a little bit. But yep, that's what I came on here to tell you. So yesterday I ended on 1,724, and that actually gave me 96 calories left over. So that's actually not too bad. It's not as bad as it could be. At least that is the beauty of calorie counting, is that you can rein it back in if you have a little whoopsie moment. If you have a little whoopsie moment, you can change things around and all that, and set it as an easier day and draw a line under it and try and pull it in for the rest of the week. I am pretty proud of myself that that was my first little whoopsie moment in the last month. Well, over a month it is since I started back on calorie counting, because I did actually start back easing myself into it on like the 27th or something. No, it wasn't as early as, I see you baby, the 29th or something of December. So I've went for a whole month without a whoopsie, which is very unlike me. I see you baby. Oh, she's just looking at me with them big eyes at the minute. She's so flipping cute. Just as well you're cute, eh? Just as well you're cute. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like it if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.